Crazy to think this is our last live stream of the 2025 season. We're answering start sit questions. Next time we'll be live. We'll be fantasy season will be over Monday after the game. So here we are, hopefully helping you bring home a championship. If you have Derrick Henry, congratulations. You a good chance you're going to win because he went nuclear. I don't know how many people made it with Henry in their fantasy championships, but now you look at Derrick Henry all of a sudden, you're like, holy crap, this is probably a top 5 season of his career this year and could easily be like 4th best. He has over 1,600 total yards, which is already 5th most in his career. And this is a guy, by the way, that has had 2,000-yard scrimmage from scrimmage seasons. This is already his 5th most scrimmage yards, and he could break his own record of 18 touchdowns is his record. He's at 16 right now. Crazy to think that, like felt a little like a disappointing season for Henry, but it's definitely not. So yeah, just crazy to see. So by the way, if you're following, I am going Trevor Lawrence over Drake May. I'm doing it. I need some upside. I think Lawrence has more upside than May. So I think the Jets could just get run all over, and I think the Colts can give the Jags a potential game. So, but how are your teams looking after five games in the books? Any major things happening, or not really?
I didn't really have anyone that had a crazy good game, but I played against some guys, some studs who did not perform. So my projections went up a bit in a few of them. I have a few that are in the 70 plus range, but I never trust those things until at least midway through the afternoon games.
Yeah. A lot of people will know. I mean, we got 11 games left. 7 of them are in this early slate. So 2 in the afternoon, and then the 2 primetime games, Sunday and Monday night. So only 2 afternoon games. One of them is the Tank Bowl of the Giants Raiders. That will be fun. And then what is it? I think the Bills game. So
yeah, tomorrow should be an interesting one. You got a lot of players, with Stafford and Puka, Kyron, and you worried about Drake London playing at all? They said he's going to.
Yeah.
Still carrying that questionable tag.
Yeah, the fact that he's been playing is promising. So hopefully you find a pivot. I don't know, Darnell Mooney on the waiver wire or something, just in case. But not excited. Who are they playing?
The Rams.
Rams, yeah. I mean, maybe one of their tight ends if you make sure to have them in your flex or something. Here he goes in the championship and projected to win by more than 20 between Henderson, ceiling talent, but injury / Vrabel risk, or Gainwell solid floor. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Travion Henderson or Kenneth Gainwell, the stud. Kenneth Gainwell. Man. I'm probably going to go Travion, but I think the matchup's better. I'm not worried about the injury because it was a concussion. Not to say that's not serious, but it's not like we're not necessarily worried about a re-injury or something. They're both going to split. So, and Gainwell's playing Cleveland, right? So I know he's been awesome, and very good chance he's just better than Travion. But I think I'm going to roll with Travion. Where are you going?
Yeah, I think I want to go Henderson too. Like you just said before, or at the beginning of the stream, that you're pivoting to Lawrence over May. And for the reason of like maybe the Jets just get run all over and Travion will be better or, be a big part of that. So I'm sorry.
He is projected to win by 20. Does
Yeah.
that change it for you? Like Gainwell's pretty safe in PPR. Probably, a lot more safe than Travion. So does that change it at all for you? It's like, all right, I know Gainwell's probably going to give me maybe 10 points, 8 to 10 points in just his catches. I think I still go Travion. I think I just still play the guy I think is going to score more. 20 is not like that can easily be made up from a big game from someone. So, yeah, we're going Travion there. Needing some luck today after wide receiver play these early games. Yeah. Kevin, was it you, Kevin, that he sent me or didn't send me, but he put in the Discord of the top scoring receivers to this point? Number 1, Christian Watson. 2, Jaden Higgins. 3, Kevontae Turpin. 4, Quentin Johnston. 5, Amon-Ra. You also have Tesla in there in the top 10. Kind of crazy. But yeah, let's see. With horrible weather in Buffalo, Burden or Devonta Smith? Who are you benching, Tyler? You're saying horrible weather in Buffalo. Oh, because they're playing the Eagles. Okay. Yeah, so Kevin Roth, this was 3 hours ago. He says it's going to rain it's still 8. This was 3 hours ago, 8 hours from the game. So rain is likely. And then he doesn't really say anything about a lot of wind or anything. He mentions it in some other games. So he has the Buffalo game as, let's see here. He has it as an orange game. So, he goes like green, yellow, red, orange, I believe it is, or green, yellow, orange, red. So he has it as an orange game. Looks like rain, moderate and heavy, and stuff like that. I don't see any wind though. Where are you going here, Burden or Devonta?
I kind of still want to go to Devonta Smith. I just feel like we know what his role is, and like the ceiling is really good. We haven't quite seen it from Burden yet. Like if Dunze is out. But you said the wind is pretty moderate. I know it's supposed to pour pretty good.
Yeah, he just says still looks like rain. I think it rains pre-game, in-game, and post-game, alternating between moderate and heavy rain. There's a flood watch on 1 p.m. Sunday through Monday afternoon. It doesn't necessarily mean the heaviest of rain comes in-game. It does tell us something about the nature of the rain, very, very heavy. But he doesn't mention anything about the wind in that little write-up there.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Devonta Smith.
Yeah, maybe if you need a floor, Tyler, like you have Derrick Henry or something like that. And you said you did draft Henry over Achane, so maybe you started Henry on this team, then maybe you just roll with Luther Burden and just say, he'll give me a solid, 10 PPR points or something. But if you need some upside, maybe roll Devonta Smith. But I probably lean Devonta Smith too. I got a lot of Nico, Ladd, and Jacobs. Yeah, the Jacobs one was tough. We were telling people to bench him if you could. Obviously depended on, like, one of them was in our listener league, he asked us in a different league, him or Drake London, and we said London, mostly under the idea of like, the Packers didn't have a whole lot to play for. I know they could have officially still won the division, but it's very unlikely. And Love out and stuff like that. So yeah, it is what it is, but hopefully, some of these other guys can make it up. But that is tough having those 3 guys. What would Nico end up with? Like 4 for 70 or something? Or no, he had 2 or 3 big catches.
Yeah, it wasn't completely terrible. Well, it was 3 for 57. So I didn't quite get those 10 PPR points, but definitely not what you wanted from him.
Yeah. You knew it was a tough matchup. They came out on fire and then really did nothing else the rest of the game. Like CJ Stroud in my one league that I started him in had like 20 points in the first quarter. I think he ended up with like 22 or something.
Yeah,
Like,
that's crazy.
yeah,
I saw
just,
I saw the 2 big touchdowns, and I was like, "Whoa! All right, here we go." Man, it was not a whole lot after that. Just a lot of defense.
Yep.
About the Burden versus Devontae Smith question. I mean, you got an afternoon game and then the evening game, right? So maybe keep an eye on the weather to see if it's potentially like what it's going to be right before Buffalo Eagles, and then kind of maybe pivot there. I always have the worst luck with last minute pivots. Like I'm just like, man, like I don't know what to do here.
Or is it that you remember the ones where you pivot and it doesn't work out? Could be
that. I mean, I guess I didn't pivot yesterday, and I was trying to figure out to give myself an out in case Travion wasn't going to play, and all I could really do, I ended up not being able to do this anyway, so it didn't matter, but it's like, well, I could have started Quentin Johnston, which I could have done, or Dalton Schultz. But I couldn't start Schultz because I needed a third receiver. And my only other pivot was to play both Cardinals receivers. And I just stuck it out. And so that paid off, I guess, not pivoting potentially anyways. I just need Quentin Johnston had a big game. Well, a good enough game for sure. So I need Travion to outscore him or match him, and I won't feel terrible. I guess I won't care if I win either way.
Yeah. Also, to that point, you can also see, because there's at that point, afternoon game, there's only 4 games left in the season, fantasy season, and you should have a good idea if you're going to be needing to chase points or not, or just need a floor. And so maybe you play Burden. You should have a way better idea at that point. Burden if you just need a floor versus Devonta if you need some upside. Hopefully not. Hopefully he didn't go against those guys. I think Malik Willis, man, if you're playing dynasty leagues and he's, try to buy low on him. See, it's going to be hard, but like he's played well whenever he's come in for the Packers. Like he could 100% be in contention for like competing for a job next year. But so we'll see. And Kevin brought that up here. Yeah, he definitely needs to be stashed. Like I would trade a couple thirds for him. A little bit hesitant on a second round pick, but right now I would be okay trading like 2/3 for Malik Willis, and hoping that pays off or something like because he's one of those guys. He can just, if he plays, he's going to put up fantasy points. You just need him to play, essentially. So. Yeah, I have Henry. He put up 56.6 points in the Marty's league. So 36 carries, man, is insane. Like Derrick Henry, someone gave me a stat. He's 31, I believe, or he's going to be 32 by next year. Yeah, he'll be 32 on January 4th. Someone put in somewhere and they said Adrian Peterson had 4 seasons of at least 150 carries after his age 31 season. And he had two seasons over 200 carries. Like Derrick Henry could still be going for a couple more years, man. Like it's pretty insane to think. We've been talking about his demise since I feel like 2021. Like, but is this the year Derrick Henry sucks? And he's put up 2 of his 5 best seasons, in the last 2 years. So crazy.
Yeah, we thought he was old as far back as we thought Stafford was going to retire, right?
Yeah, sometimes, man, I always hate and I looked into this, but, and this is something maybe I'll make another video on. I know I made one. This was like a couple years ago, so maybe a lot of you didn't even see it, but because there's always like, old running backs don't do well in fantasy. But like, it's just, I think it's more the fact that like, a lot of running backs just don't make it to that age. Not that there's not like good running backs at that age. So there's a difference there. It's easy to just say, oh, look, there's not a lot of 30-plus-year-old running backs who put up big seasons. So it's like, yeah, because like running backs in general have very short, lives, careers in the NFL and stuff. So it's like However, when you look at the running backs who are over that age that actually get the work, they're still good. So people, it's just one of those things where it's just like you can kind of manipulate stats a little bit. You have to dig a little bit deeper there. But yeah, I definitely be stashing Malik Willis in Superflex leagues. Yeah, exactly. Only if he gets the starting job, but potentially only 2 first-round quarterbacks coming out. And I think we counted a couple weeks ago. There's like 7, 8 teams that could use a quarterback. So these guys, Jacoby Brissett, Malik Willis, Mac Jones, these guys are potentially going to be competing for jobs. Samson, Pitts, Burden, Ramondre, Hendo, pick 3. I think it's Hendo, Burden, Pitts. I think we talked about this yesterday, right? For Frosty.
Yeah. I don't remember if we talked about this one specifically, but yeah, I think because we didn't know Henderson. Oh yeah, you're right, because we were talking about Ramondre's your pivot. So yeah, I think so. Dylan Sampson is active. That changed also. But yes. I think I'm still going to start Burden over him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Pittsburgh and Hendo. So as well. I'm so glad that I drafted Henry over HN. Hey, I mean, HN could go off. Like, you might not be glad. I mean, it'd be very unlikely that he does, but yeah, I don't think there was a wrong decision there. Bummed out you got booted from the finals. You're talking about in our home league or listener league, Marv? Yeah, it always sucks. I think I'm going to pitch to our listener leagues next year of doing how we do in our home leagues. Of there is no matchups in the playoffs. It's just the top 2 scorers from each round will move on. So the first round of the playoffs, you have your 2 teams on a bye. The 4 teams that didn't get a bye, whoever's the top 2 scoring teams move on to the semifinals. Same thing there. Top 2 scoring teams move on to the championship. And then obviously they play each other there. I think I might pitch that, see if people like that a little bit. Because I like that idea. It takes a little bit of the luck out. Because I think Marv would have beat one of you guys, right? In that back in week 15 or something, or week 16, whatever it was. He would have beat you. But you played your girls and Marv played Brandon. So
last week.
Week 16 in the semifinals. Yeah. Flash flood warnings in Buffalo. Yeah. Yep. Told my opponent to not put Rivers in, then he put Willis. Yeah, that's funny. I think we told someone to play Willis yesterday, I believe.
Yeah. I don't remember who it was over.
Yeah, I don't remember either. It might have been Rivers.
It might have been.
But Tetaroa with an illness or Michael Wilson with Marvin Harrison Jr. back. They did say they're still limiting Marvin Harrison Jr. Which way are you going here?
What is Mr. Tetaroa's illness? I did see him pop up. They don't say. I don't know. I mean, normally, like the illnesses, they don't really scare me away. Obviously, it can go the wrong way. But I think Michael Wilson is a good enough, pivot play. Marv on the snap count. So I think I'll go Michael Wilson.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Michael Wilson too. Yeah, the illnesses are always interesting. They can pump them full of fluids and stuff, but I think I will go Michael Wilson. And that game should be high scoring. Playing the Bengals, there's very good chances of garbage time for the Cardinals or just a competitive game.
Yeah, that's a good enough tiebreaker too. I think Tetaroa is getting the Seahawks, so we know what they can do defensively.
Yep. Genty, Henderson, London for the last flex spot. Loaded dynasty team problems. Yeah, that is definitely a part of and strategy when it comes to dynasty is roster construction and having all these guys. Raiders tanking scares me. They are definitely tanking. Man, this is tough because you're not going to know 100% if London's playing, right? We think
Yeah.
he is, but
What's that?
I said we think he is, but there's a chance he doesn't, right?
Yeah. And obviously, like, you're not going to know anything going into that. So is Henderson the pivot?
Can you pivot to Henderson? The Falcons play tomorrow.
No, I know. I'm saying, like, do you just start Henderson today?
Oh, I think I
don't-
actually go Genty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Giants are terrible, So yeah, I think the Raiders are kind of tanking. I mean, that being said, like Bowers did have an injury. Max Crosby is getting surgery. He was just upset. He wanted to play out the last couple of weeks, but he is getting surgery. So it's not just like they're benching. Yeah. I'm just gonna go Genty. I just knowing what we saw on last week, he's usually involved in the passing game. They don't have Bowers, so I think I'm gonna go Genty here. You're gonna go Hendo?
Yeah, I think so. I don't mind the Genty call either because the Giants, like you said, but no, he says he's got Mumfield and Parkinson. If London doesn't go,
this is different.
Oh yeah, it is different. Both socks are.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's get to Wandy here. We'll get back and get you guys' questions. So yeah, I'm gonna go Genty there, Cal. But let's get to Wandy's here. He donated a super sticker here, I believe, and he asks Swift or Henderson, half PPR, projected to win by 20, and he scares me on some snap count. I don't really know if Henderson's going to be on a snap count. Again, it's a concussion, right? So I don't think I'm super worried about it. The Jets are a pretty nice matchup. I don't think it's a lock though, man. Where are we going here? Help me out.
Well, I mean, Henderson's been on. He's in a split backfield, anyways, right? It seemed like Swift was for a good chunk of the season. And well, actually, his snap share didn't even really go up. But the last couple of weeks, he was maybe he's just outplaying Monangai, but it's a 60-40 split there too. Against San Fran,
projected to win.
Yeah,
20.
Geez, I think I'm going to go Henderson again.
Yeah, I might go Swift here. And the difference between like this and what was the other Henderson question? Like a
Genty.
No, not that one. Oh, between him and like Henderson. Oh, and Gainwell.
Oh yeah.
As I just think the Bears run the hell out of the ball. They run the ball well. I think like Swift has a combination of like upside and floor to a certain extent. Man, this is tough. Yeah, actually, I think I do lean Henderson slightly. It's not by a lot though. If you want it, I mean, Swift is definitely safer, Wandy. And so if you're up by 20 and you feel like, you have a good chance of like holding that lead, then Swift is definitely the safer play. But I think I still play Henderson and hope he just has a couple big runs on the Jets. So, and they didn't, by the way, they also didn't elevate a running back from the practice squad, the Patriots, as far as I know. I last heard that about an hour ago. And that's a good sign that it's all going to go through Ramondre and Ted. If they were really worried about, or not Ted, Travion. If they're really worried about Travion and putting him on a snap count, they would have elevated someone from the practice squad. So Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Hendy there. For the championship or third place, full PPR pick one, Shakir Godwin. Man, no wonder you're not doing the champ. No, I'm just kidding. Bad weather in Buffalo could play in, rain, I should say, could play into shorter passes for someone like a Shakir. I think I'm just going to go Shakir. Potential shootout with the Eagles. So, what are you?
I'm gonna go Godwin.
Yeah. For what reason? Besides the Bucks beanie on your head.
Yeah. That's mostly it. What's that?
I know that's not the reason why you're doing
no,
that.
I don't know. Like, I think they definitely really need to win this game, obviously. And the weather, I think, is kind of it could play into Shakir getting more catches. I just know, I feel like Godwin's going to play more, and he is still a good part of that offense, even though it hasn't really been clicking.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go Godwin. Call it a gut feeling.
Okay. I'm probably going to go Shakir and just play the potential matchup there. Although, who are the Bucks playing again?
They're playing Miami.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go Shakir there. Drake London or Michael Wilson? And he does have a pivot. That was the pivot question. He has Mumpfield or Parkinson if London doesn't go. For the Rams. Oh, man. It's really hard.
I want to hold out for London.
I think I do too. It's just what makes it hard is London hasn't, his first game back didn't look great. This was the same injury that Brock Bowers had. It took Bowers a couple of weeks, but I think I do want to hold out for London and then pivot to a Parkinson if I need to. So,
not Kanata Mumfield.
Probably not. No, I like Mumfield though.
Yeah.
As a stash. I mean, you could do Mumfield if you wanted to. He had 8 targets last week. Yeah, I think I want to hold out for London.
I was actually trying to figure out a good stash in case London doesn't go. And I'm just man, I don't know who the hell to trust. It's definitely going to be the wrong guy,
Yeah.
Without Darnell Mooney available, it's kind of or Algier, either one available. Mm-hmm. It's kind of all right, well.
I want to say
my immediate thought was Tutu Atwell, but
yeah,
just based on priors, and then I actually look and I'm okay, was he hurt all year? He missed a huge stretch of games, hasn't played at all. Even the last 2 games he was active for sure. So it's well, that's not happening. Jordan Whittington, kind of same deal. Played more earlier in the season. It's I don't know what the pivot is.
Who the hell's playing for the Falcons when? Because I know when Mooney's out, it's Casey Washington. Is it David Sills the 5th?
I don't know. That was 5th? The other thing. It's he had a little bit of a game.
He must have replaced London then.
Yeah. I mean, he was playing most of the snaps.
Yeah.
For the weeks that London was out. And it's okay, I guess.
I might pivot to him, honestly.
Yeah.
If he's on there, that might be the pivot because he's going to replace London. So he's going to get 85, 90% of the snaps. So, what do we think of Brady Cook, Phillip Rivers, Jacoby Brissett next year? I think Cook and Brissett are holds. Phillip Rivers, if you're not using him this week, is a cut, in my opinion. I mean, if you want to hold him just to make sure, I would be shocked if he played next year. I have all 3 behind Allen and May. Do they hold value? Brissett absolutely holds value. he's proven that he could potentially go and compete for a job somewhere. Again, we just talked about this. We counted 7, 8 teams need a quarterback. If we're lucky, there's 2 first-round picks at the quarterback position this year. So what are those other 5 teams going to do? Plus, teams are going to, bring in competition. Brissett versus McCarthy, or Mac Jones versus McCarthy, or something like that. So, Superflex, I'm stashing Brissett and Cook. I would order it as Brissett, Cook, and then Rivers. I'd be cutting if I'm not starting this week. So, okay, Swift or Henderson, half PPR. Okay, we talked about that for Wandy. Chargers going to be way better next year. They should be a force once Salt Slater. Yeah, and hopefully they draft like interior linemen or something, and shore up that guard position for them, center guard position. I mean, I think the Chargers would be the favorite to win it all if they had a healthy offensive line. They would be one of the favorites to come out of the AFC.
Yeah, tough sledding for sure, but they're still kind of making it happen. Yeah, well enough, anyway. I mean, they kept that game close yesterday.
Well, game should have been tied.
What's that?
The game should have been tied with the Texans getting the ball with 2.5 minutes left. Dicker missed a 30-yard field goal on an extra point. That's 4 points. They lost by 4 points. That game should have been tied with Texans getting the ball with whatever they had, 3 minutes left or whatever.
I picked up David Sills in our redraft league because that's one of the things I wanted to ask you. Like, who the hell do I actually pivot to? And I did notice he played 90% of the snaps when London was out. It's like, am I really doing that? Yeah.
I've dropped Parkinson if you want him.
Do I?
I didn't realize I wouldn't have dropped him had I known you needed something potentially, but Dowdle or Alec Pierce in full PPR. I think I'm going to go Dowdle.
Yeah, I mean, he still had, 6 or 7 catches last week?
Dowdle?
Yeah, it was something crazy. 6 targets, 4 catches.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's against Seattle. But Alec Pierce, he's not really getting the targets, I mean, that's not his deal. He makes his day on those big plays. So
yeah, maybe you do go Pierce and just hope 5 targets in the last two games is not a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go Dowdle. I mean, he's got 7 targets in the last 2 games, and one of them's a 1. Well, I guess one's a 1 for Pierce as well. So,
yeah.
I mean, Dowdle's still playing 60% of the snaps too.
Yeah. I picked the Colts to beat the Jags this week, mostly because I was willing. I was picking all the games most of the games where I thought okay, this is going to benefit the Chargers to get the number 1 seed. One of them is they needed Jacksonville to lose. And I thought, okay, this is perfect story. Rivers, ex-Chargers quarterback, knocks off Jacksonville, but then Chargers lost that game, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't know. It'll be fun. It's a fun story. So, we're going to go Dowdle there. Yeah, I will say they do have Dearness Johnson on the roster. They just didn't elevate anyone else. Dearness Johnson plays a lot of you need 3 running backs in general. Teams always have 3 running backs there. One of them is usually for special teams. Returning kicks, punt coverage, all that stuff. They just didn't elevate a 4th one, which makes me confident in Travion. So, Allen or Purdy?
Ooh, that is interesting right there. Get out of the rain. Chicago weather's all right.
Let's see.
Sorry, they're at San Francisco.
They are at San Francisco, and that's not on one. That's not on his weather report, Kevin Roth. Ooh. So I can't bench. I have to go Allen.
I feel like I can't bench him either, but
I mean, Purdy's been on fire. Allen can also run the ball. It could be a shootout. So could the 49ers. I understand that, but I just can't. I can't bench Josh Allen. I wouldn't be able to. If he went off and I benched him, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I could live with myself if I started Allen over Purdy and Purdy had a better game. So I just can't. If you wanted to do it, Steve, all the power to you. I'm not going to argue too much against you. So
DJ Moore and Zacchaeus are sick. I just got that one.
Jesus. Luther Burden. Here we go.
I know, right? I have him in at least one league that he wasn't going to quite make the lineup.
Oh, DJ Moore or Burden?
Burden. Actually, he was going to make the lineup.
PPR, Brees Hall or Marvin, and you need upside. Well, I don't know if those two are going to do it for you.
Yeah, that's tough.
They're saying Marvin Harrison's on a snap count again. What did he play last week? I'm going to look this up here.
Was it 60? 51.
I think I go Marv if you need upside. I don't love it, though.
Yeah, Brees against New England. I mean, it's Brady Cook still, right? So
it's Brady Cook. Like, how many games has Cook played? Is it the last 3 games?
Yeah.
And Brees has had 43, 37, 63 total yards. He hasn't had more than 2 catches. Obviously, no touchdowns. So he has showing us he has no upside. So I think you got to go Marv. Hope he catches a couple touchdowns or something. 50%. He's probably going to play, in the red zone and stuff like that. So, yeah, for upside, I guess you go Marv. And then Jacoby or Drake London. If you have no pivot, I think you kind of have to go Jacoby Myers. I mean, you do have a pivot. It's David Sills the 5th. You just drop London if he doesn't play and then pick him up. Do you hold out for London?
I want to.
Man, that's tough because I feel like Myers has a good chance of being better than London.
It's possible. Like he's getting the snap counts. Like he's out there all the time. He's being targeted. Lawrence and the Jags in general are just playing so well. But I think I still want to hold out for London. Maybe that's the priors creeping in.
No.
Jacoby Myers never gets any respect.
Well, I mean, I can't blame it if you want to hold out for London. The other thing that it would have been nice, I guess we did see 8 targets, but yeah, just hold out for London. Your pivot, is, Mooney, David Sills, Konata Mumpfield. You have, Kobe Parkinson potentially. David Sills the 5th. He's going to replace London if London's out. And he had a 10 target game and he plays 90% of the snaps. Konata Mumpfield will play a decent amount with Adams out. Kobe Parkinson could catch a couple touchdowns. So Rivers isn't playing. He's playing this week. I don't know if you mean next year or this week, but as far as I know, he's playing this week. Morning, Trays. With Kittle out, is it Tungis or Tungus? Tungis, right? Tungis?
Yeah, I think I've heard it pronounced Tungis.
Tungis. The spelling of the English language would lead towards Tungis, so soft G sound. But there's no pronunciation guide. With Kittle out, Tungis or Strange? Do you have Kittle? Because I don't think he's officially ruled out, right?
No, they said
likely.
I think they said this morning that he's unlikely.
He's unlikely to play. Okay. I think I just go Tungis with still kind of holding out hope. Holding out hope for Kittle. So
yeah, and then just pivot to Tungis,
yeah. I think I would. I mean, Tungis has been good with when Kittle's out, right? He's been decent. with Kittle out. When did Kittle played that whole game, right? Last week?
60% of snaps.
Yeah.
And Tungus did get that touchdown that didn't count.
Yep. That should have counted and then went to McCaffrey, right?
I don't remember the next play.
Yeah. Pretty sure it went to McCaffrey. So if I lose by 6, that's the reason why. And it's a asterisk next to your championship.
That was last Oh yeah.
Yeah, in our championship. By the way, the Falcons are relatively good. No, wait. They've been relatively good against tight ends. So there's something there. But I think I go man. I don't know. If you assuming Kittle's out, who would you play? Like, it sounds like Kittle's not going to play, and they don't necessarily need him to.
Yeah, I really don't mind holding out and pivoting to Tungus.
Okay.
I mean, he was good when Kittle was out,
Yeah.
I mean, no worse than any other tight end. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And he had some good games.
And then May or T-Law. I'm going T-Law, Trace. I don't know if I feel like it wasn't you that was asking yesterday, but I'm in this exact same situation now. I'm down by 40 because we play a 2-week championship. I need to make up 40 points. So I'm going Lawrence over May because I feel like Lawrence has a better chance of a big game, like a 30, 40-point game. He's done that each of the last 2 weeks. I think the Colts have a better chance at making it a game compared to the Jets for the Patriots. So that's why I'm going T-Law. I mean, I'm fine either way. So, May has a couple of his receivers out and stuff like that. So I think I'm rolling T-Law. So as crazy as that sounds.
Yeah. Demario
It's actually
Douglas
not that
is
crazy.
playing today.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I also think it would be funny. What's up?
So who's he missing? He just Booty, right?
Booty and Matt Collins.
Oh yeah, Matt Collins.
So, and again, I know it's like, oh yeah, I'm not saying you said that, but like a lot of people might think, it's Matt Collins. Booty and Hollins have combined for like over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, almost 100 catches. Like they've been very, very productive. So he's going to have to rely on, a rookie and Kyle Williams and stuff. So I'm not super worried about May, to be honest. It's just, I think there's a better chance that we have a little bit more of a game with the Colts and the Jags. So it's going to force T-Law to do a little bit more.
And Trace does say they do have a couple of starters out on their O-line too.
Yeah. Which shouldn't be worried too much about the Jets. By the way, Jets still don't have an interception. So also another fun fact, the Packers have, I didn't fact check this, but apparently the Packers have 3 games this year where they didn't punt at all and they're 0-3. That's crazy. I know for sure yesterday it happened. But I guess it happened 2 other times before this year. Like, that's just football in a nutshell. Maybe this season in a nutshell. It's like, how is that possible? So yeah, I'm gonna go with T-Law there. By the way, another reason in the back of my head, I'm kind of doing it. So you dropped Lawrence a couple weeks ago. Like you had him for about a month or so, and then dropped him. And I think it'd be funny. I originally drafted him and held him for, the first month and a half of the season. Dropped him. You picked him up a few weeks later. It'd just be kind of funny if I won because of Lawrence or something. So,
yeah,
probably not going to happen, but.
I just figured I wasn't going to use him. It was right after his first good game. Or his first blow-up game. So yeah, a couple of weeks ago, and I was kind of like, I'm just gonna hold on to. I'm just gonna be playing Burrow anyways, and they were going against Denver, so I was like, maybe someone will pick him up and start him.
Yeah. So Trace says he does need upside. So yeah, I think T-Law has more upside. Not that again, I'm not worried about May having a good game, and he always has upside, but I do think T-Law has more.
So do you stack Strange with Trevor then?
Yeah, you could do that.
I mean, if you're looking for full upside, if he gets a touchdown, that's 12 points.
Yeah.
Plus yardage.
that could definitely come into play. That's slightly another reason why I went T-Law, because I have BTJ in that league as well. So I'm doing the stack there. So yeah. He's not playing week 18. Okay. That makes sense. Did they say that or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, they already said that?
Yeah. So I know they're out of the playoffs, but is Demario Douglas a roster clogger? Deeper leagues, I don't think so. Like if I go to our home league here, where does Demario Douglas? I mean, he is overall, yeah, maybe he is kind of a roster clogger, to be honest.
Yeah, he does say that he needs to make room for draft picks, so he's definitely cuttable for that.
Yeah, I agree. Even in a deeper league, he's 223rd overall. We start 144 each week. So if you're starting Douglas, I mean, he had a couple weeks there in the middle of the season, but yeah, I think he is a roster clogger as much as I like Pop Douglas. I do have Kittle. Yeah, okay, we talked about that. Start 2, Waddle, Pollard, or Carter. I think I'm going the first 2.
Yeah, we talked about Tony Pollard a bit yesterday, I think. Maybe it was Thursday. No, that was Christmas.
It was yesterday.
Okay, yeah. So I think his role is a little more defined, I guess. Carter does get the Bengals, right?
Yeah, the matchup for Carter is why we're even thinking about playing him. They could use more of a 3-man backfield or 2-man backfield. So, yeah, I'm fine with the first 2. You're just going the better players, and they've been playing well. So I think that's the process play there. Not to say Carter can't be better than them. We're going to get to Kaizen here. He super chatted us here. By the way, we got, some people's rosters locking about 8 minutes. We'll be live for about another 8 to 10. So get your questions in. London or Evans, 55-45 to win, but they have Puka and JSN.
Tough.
That's scary. I think I'm going to go Evans over London.
Yeah, I think so. Just so you don't have to worry about pivoting to someone significantly worse. Evans has been drawing targets and playing well enough in the last 2 games since he's been back. So I think I will just start Evans.
The reason we're a little bit worried about London, obviously he could still miss the game. Probably plays, but he could still miss the game. And then your pivot is a terrible option.
Right.
But also, like, he's come back, his first game back from this injury, and this was the injury that limited Brock Bowers. Yeah, he had a lot of targets, Drake London, but he wasn't very explosive. 3 for 27. Like, and if you go back and look at what Brock Bowers was doing, week 2, 3, 4 of the season, he was kind of the same, like 5 for 38, 4 for 38, 5 for 46. Like, it wasn't a lot of explosion there. He's getting, a PPR floor, but he wasn't, making these big plays. So that's another reason why I'm a little bit hesitant on London, enough to where Evans is a good enough pivot. 21 targets the last 2 games. Pretty favorable matchup, I would say, right? So hopefully that helps. And hopefully, Puka JSN's a scary combo to go against for sure. Because those guys could easily just win the week, Wandale, Godwin, or Dowdle PPR. Wandale, Godwin, or Dowdle. I think I'm going Wandale. Wandale Robinstein.
Yeah.
A lot of targets.
It's pure volume, right?
Good matchup. I remember always thinking about sports but the goal of the game was to lose. And that made me think of this game, like the Giants and Raiders. Like, how would you play football with the goal to lose? Like, you just snap the ball and run backwards as fast as you can before they catch you, for a safety or something. And I guess there was I think it was badminton in the Olympics, where 2 teams wanted to lose because they get the easier matchup if they lost, in the next round or something. And they were both actively trying to lose. I don't know exactly how it went down, but it was like a real thing where they just like didn't hit the shuttlecock and stuff. Like, yeah, it's just kind of funny. It just made me think of this game a little bit. So I have to go back and actually watch that match. It was recently though, within the last couple of Summer Olympics.
Do you know if the team who won and got the easier matchup, did they win the easier matchup? Because that would be, I feel like that could happen too. Like, or like, oh, you think this is the better matchup, and then you get your ass kicked. Similar to telling your opponent to play Malik River or play Malik over Rivers.
Yeah, or like purposely tanking in a matchup to get the better matchup in fantasy playoffs, and then you lose. I think someone mentioned that happened recently. So I'll have to go back and look at that, but it was pretty funny. Wandale, I think he just has a pretty good floor. Godwin or Dowd are a little bit tough to rely on. So Tungis, Hill, or Barner. I will say, if you need a huge upside game, I think I go Taysom Hill. But if I'm just in a vacuum here, is it Tungis?
I don't know. I mean, you're just gonna basically lock him in as Kittle's not playing?
That is a risk.
What do you do then? You got to get one of the Rams guys, basically.
Yeah, Terrence Ferguson,
Parkinson, if they're available.
Davis Allen, I think they kind of use them all.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the pivot. So, I think you just start Taysom Hill.
Yeah. Unless you need floor plays, then I might just pivot to Barner. Because Barner's been, 6 of the targets each of the last 2 weeks. 4 or more in 6 straight weeks. So he's giving you a decent floor. Yeah, I think I do go to Taysom Hill as well. What happened?
I want to pick up Jimmy Garoppolo in Dynasty in case any fuckery happens.
Yep. There's always some fuckery going on. He has Kittle. Yeah, then go with Tungis.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, go with Tungis if you have Kittle. Hurts, Purdy, or Brissett? Man, it's Purdy or Hurts. There is the weather in Buffalo. I want to go Hurts still.
I really do too, but man, Brock Purdy, like you have really good pivots.
Yeah.
It probably still hurts for rushing upside.
Yeah. By the way, latest from Kevin Roth is the models are trending slightly more optimistic in Buffalo, but it's still wet, especially in the first half. So he thinks it's a bump down for offenses and kickers and stuff like that, but nothing too crazy.
Again, you can decide that later too, as long as you're not starting Brissett. So if it's between Purdy and Hurts, give it a couple of hours, see what happens, see if anything develops.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. We gotta go through these. What's up, broski? I put a 5-minute. You have to subscribe for 5 minutes for the mobile stream, so we haven't gotten these crazy, like, are they twins or are they gay or homosexual or something? It's like, who cares if we are twins or homosexual? PPR, Michael Carter or Brees?
Michael Carter? Are we really going to start Michael Carter over Brees Hall? I feel like it's the move.
I think it is the move. Brees has no upside, man. Like, this is the week for just Brees to just win championships if you somehow made it and then you bench him. I think it is Michael Carter. I think he's the play. Do I have Michael Carter in our Dynasty League?
I don't know. Right? I definitely had him for a little bit, and I dropped him because I'm like, I can't keep him.
Yeah. Good luck. Yes, lots of rookie content coming out. So we have a couple videos which are popping off. I think both are going to get over 2,000 views, which is good for us. So Start Wandale, Luther Burden, and Rico Dowdle. To me, it's between Wandale and Burden.
Yeah. With Moore and Zacchaeus sick.
I think I go Burden. Yeah. And then Marvin Harrison Jr. or Downs. Josh Downs in PPR. Floor is Downs, upside's Marvin. So if you are projected to win by a good amount, play Downs and probably get a good game. If you need to catch and chase some points, go Marv. That's how I'd play it. If it's even, I don't know. I think I go Marvin Harrison just because the matchup is so juicy.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Torn between Pats and Seahawks defense in standard scoring. So Pats get the Jets, Seahawks get the who?
Sorry, I was looking through my Seahawks got Carolina.
Yes, Carolina. I go Pats.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm playing Seahawks.
That's fine. I just go better matchup there, I think. I know Pat's defense is also a good defense. Nothing too crazy, but Patriots are top 8. What, you got locked?
My one Derrick Henry league I didn't even play against anybody.
It sucks.
I just locked in 5th place already.
Pick one of each, Stafford or May. I'm gonna go Stafford.
Stafford.
Fannin, Pierce, or Diggs. Fannin.
Yeah. Oh,
Diggs
or
is
Diggs.
Intriguing, though. Yeah. I'm gonna go Diggs. Actually, I'm gonna go Diggs. I just trust the quarterback more.
Yeah.
So,
and we talked about Diggs's incentives. Plus, a couple of guys are out, so I don't mind that.
Yeah. Sat Texans and they had 9. Okay, so you're talking about for the points there. I'm just worried about injuries to the Pats defense. Yeah, go with Seattle then. They're the better defense. I'm fine with Seattle because they're the better defense.
Yeah, and
So,
Seattle, they played the Rams last week, right? So
yeah.
Carolina is not that.
Yep. Indeed. But we are going to take off, guys. Good luck. We'll be live tomorrow, hopefully celebrating a bunch of fantasy championships with all you guys. And yeah, good luck. Enjoy the games. And bittersweet moment. Fantasy season's done, but appreciate everyone like all year long joining us. These start sit stuffs have been fun. We've had plenty of questions, every time we go live, and appreciate you all. Join us in the off season if you play Dynasty. If you don't play Dynasty and you want to get into it, join our Discord, and we're going to be hopefully starting maybe 2 more Listener League Dynasty leagues. Or if you want to play in a redraft league next year with us, join the Discord here. Burrow, CMC, Cook, Fannin, Kittle likely out, Kyron. I mean, you have a good team. Yeah, you did get tough with Sutton and Jefferson, though. But yeah, appreciate you all. And we'll catch you guys all tomorrow.
Good luck.